It's been a very interesting season for me. I've learned a lot of lessons and I'm really happy to be able to share this journey with you. Hey guys, my name is Brianna, but you can call me Bri. I'm a personal trainer and a nutrition coach with a passion for bodybuilding. Now, if you enjoy more content just like this, more bodybuilding, training, nutrition videos, a sprinkle of quirky cuteness, please make sure that you like this video, you hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I am releasing. And also, if you would like to grow, if you'd like to lean out, or if you'd like to prepare for a competition in the future, you can check out the description box below and head over to my website and find out how you can get in touch with me so we can get to working on your future goals. What I'm going to do right now in this video is make a comparison between my preps and packages that I presented last year at NPC Universe compared to this year at NPC Universe. And we'll see what happened in the way that I was preparing and in the way I presented myself on stage. In 2022, I used to train for 6 days a week for the most. My training split had 3 very extremely long leg days that had way too much volume, that didn't allow me to lift anything heavy for my strength levels or to recover at all. And I also had 3, again, extremely long, high volume upper body days, or at least way too much volume for what a wellness girl would generally need. I also wasn't using PEDs, so my recovery levels were pretty much non-existent. And I was frequently training when I was extremely sore and in a lot of pain. Sadly, I did not know back then that working out when you are extremely sore all the time is counterproductive to actually building muscle mass, and when you're on prep, it is also counterproductive to actually leaning out. My 2022 prep for nationals was extremely long and exhausting. I started in January, and my calories to begin with were lower than what they should have been. I started at around 2,000 to 2,400 calories. I was also doing some type of cardio throughout my improvement season, which meant that A, my calories were only going to get lower and I was supposed to dig deeper and lower the further I got into prep. B, my starting point with cardio already on my plan meant that I have to do more and more and more cardio, with sessions increasing constantly. When it came to cardio, I also wasn't very savvy in terms of how to actually approach my cardio sessions without wasting all of my hard worked and earned muscle mass. So I was pretty much going as hard as possible, balls to the wall, or whatever people say nowadays, or back in the day. I'm not sure how old this expression is. And I basically was just doing the most I could. I felt like burning the most amount of calories and being as sweaty as possible was the best thing out there. Didn't know any better. Now, come show day, NPC Universe 2022, my stage weight was probably a little more than 139 pounds. And I was among the tiniest girls on stage. It did not feel good to be among the tiniest girls on stage. It was my first national show. It was a huge eye-opener. Now, leading up to the show, my calories were probably around 1,000 calories, if less. My cardio was 60 minutes and more. I was exhausted, and the judges' feedback was that I need to grow my lower body. Lower body development is very important for wellness girls. And again, as I mentioned, I was among the tiniest girls on stage. My conditioning was great, but I didn't have nearly as much muscle mass as I needed in order to compete with the girls who were on stage with me. In 2023, I ended up implementing everything that I learned from my season in 2022. So, I trained 5 days a week as opposed to 6 days a week. My training included 3 leg days that were a mix of heavy and also a moderate to high volume training. And I also had only 2 upper body days with a lot less volume because, again, wellness girl, we do need that upper body, but we really don't need it to be overpowering compared to the lower body. What I really focused on was listening to my body's signals for exhaustion. I really focused on not training when I'm sore, especially the same muscle group, when I'm in excruciating amounts of pain from the soreness. I took time to actually rest those muscle groups because now I learned that it is counterproductive to continue training over and over again when you are very sore. I also implemented regular deload weeks in my programming, which helped me with recovery. I implemented PEDs in my protocols that helped me with recovery. I also started getting regular chiropractic adjustments once again, massages from regular massages to sports massages. And I also did no cardio in my improvement season. I really just gave my body the opportunity to heal, to grow. I focused on the recovery and the mental health aspect of things. I also increased my calories to way over 3,000 calories and allowed my body to put on the body fat needed in order for my body to heal and grow muscle mass. You cannot grow at a caloric deficit, especially when you're lean. And in 2023, my starting point for prep was a lot better than where I was back in 2022. Now, this prep has also been long and exhausting, just like the previous one. Guys, we are at the end of July. It's July 25th as I'm filming this today. And I am still on prep because I'm leading into my second national show of the season. However, I made sure that I set myself for success when I started this prep by making sure that I wasn't doing any cardio, that allowed my body the time to heal, to grow, eat the food that I needed to eat. I let myself recover. And leading into NPC Universe this year, I ate more than I did the previous peak week, or at least a few weeks before the show. My calories were higher, my cardio was lower, and I was able to preserve a lot more muscle mass. I practiced my posing and I felt a lot more confident on stage. Come stage day, I was a little over 147 or 48 pounds, something like that. The judges' feedback this year was that I need to bring in a more conditioned package. I agree with that, and I definitely see how I could have leaned out a little more and presented a better package. But at the same time, the feedback that makes me extremely happy is that they said that I have enough muscle mass to compete with the pros. And that's something very valuable and important because, guys, you can lean out, you can take more time to diet, do more cardio and lean out in a couple of months, which is why I chose to do my second national show of this season. But you cannot put on the muscle mass in a couple of months. So it's been a very interesting season for me. I've learned a lot of lessons and I'm really happy to be able to share this journey with you. Let's take a look at the comparisons in my pictures between 2022 and 2023 and let's chat a little bit about the differences that I noticed in those. In the front pose from 2022 to 2023, the main difference you can notice here is how I'm able to twist my body into a position that is a lot more flattering for my physique and showcases my hard work in a better way. I still have a lot to improve upon, but this is worlds better than last year. I'm still working on creating better shapes with my physique. But also, once you hit the stage, things tend to go a little different than what you've planned in your head when you're practicing at home or at a posing studio. Looking at the comparison between the first quarter turn 2022 to 2023, in this pose you can really notice how much more dense muscle mass I carry in my legs and my glutes, as well as how much more confident my stance and face look in this year. And confidence on stage is really important. Now back pose 2022 to 2023. Now this comparison is the one that makes me the happiest. When I put these two pictures side by side for the first time, I thought the app stretched out the 2022 picture and it made me look thinner than I was. But the reality is that I was so small and tiny in 2022 that currently I look like double the person. I have glutes and hamstrings and a lot better posing this year as well. Looking at the second quarter turn, 2022 to 2023. Now, if we ignore the fact that I blinked in the 2023 picture and look at the lower body development, we can notice a lot of changes from hamstrings to glutes, calves, upper body. This pose still needs a lot more work because it's hard for me to twist, but I am practicing for my next show, and posing is one of those things that can always get better. I am so looking forward to seeing what my next package looks. It is going to be my best package ever, just because that's how things normally go. You keep on evolving and growing and improving for these shows, despite of how difficult and challenging it is. I have a little over 5 weeks to improve this current package. I am headed into North American Championships in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I will keep you guys posted. I will film my entire peak week and more updates, and also more about how show day is going to happen and what happens backstage. I can't film on stage, but I will have a video for you guys to check out once I am done with the competition, and then we're going to head into a much needed improvement season. I cannot wait. I'll see you in the next video.